first thing that you have to do. All right. So the first thing you have to do is be able to take your product out as the founders, and I think that's very important for everyone. You have to be able to actually get the first iteration of your product out before you look for outside money, right? And that's the number one thing with investment. So Jared and I, summer of 2007, we spent hundreds of hours every week in Hadley in a small office the size of that little footstool over there, basically coming up with the first product. And I'll explain what Campus Live is in a second. After this slide, this is a great Dreamweaver screenshot. Okay, Campus Live. It's a digital media homepage for college students, news, weather, restaurants, all the stuff on one page so students can use this as a portal, as a jumping off point. And right now we've got more than 2/3 of UMass Amherst using this, and we're approaching the same statistics at 96 other schools. How we make money, literally, you guys are going to recognize all these restaurants, although I don't know if anyone orders many of these right now. Students are ordering from these. That's how we made our first money. You have to sell as the founder, and I think that's one of the most important things. We didn't hire salespeople. Jared and I went out and we literally sold. And the reason we were able to sell is because we actually brought value to the restaurants. And this is a Google Analytics graph. And the idea is this. Once we started, you guys see this growth. And that's actually the last 2 months. I just showed that because I'm proud of myself. Yeah. No. So we actually did that whole investment round in Boston. We did all the big VC funds. And they also basically all told us to go kill ourselves, right? They said, we'll take 99% of your company, and some of them weren't even as nice as that. And what that did was defocused us from the product. But, like I said first, the first thing you have to do is actually get your product out. Once you get traction, that's when you actually can go out and get money. And that's actually what we're trying to do right now. Maybe if we have to, but now we have that option. Whereas before we thought we didn't, but we were forced into it, and I'm kind of glad that we did. Okay, so how do we do it? That's all interns, right? We didn't pay a single person here. Data entry, right? Data entry, data collection, all that stuff. Anyone here who's running a company better have interns for that kind of stuff. Real world experience. All right, so how do we make money? We started small businesses in the area. You guys are going to recognize these again. And this actually gave us the cash flow to go out to 96 campuses, right? You have to start small, but you probably want to think big. And this slide should be coming now. All right, so these are the brands that we're working with now, but you have to have money to approach these brands. So don't start out trying to get the AT&T, right, to sponsor the iPhone or whatnot. You have to start small, and once you have the money, you can actually do the business development stuff and go out. And UMass was actually very, very helpful for us because they helped us get leverage over these big brands. I included this slide because everyone's talking about advertising being down, and we're an advertising business, right? We're an advertising business, but you have to look about where the advertising is down. And the next slide is going to basically show that if you have no, come on, look at this. New York Times, they got 2 ads on the side of their header. It's a Continental Airlines. It doesn't make any sense at all, right? And that, I'm sorry, but that's at the end of the day, that's why they're not making any money, or they're not making enough money. And there's other reasons. There's a lot of other reasons, right? But at the end of the day, this is the stuff that works, the interaction. All right? You click that button, and it actually plays a radio ad, right? And these advertisers will actually pay you to do that. Whereas on the New York Times, they're probably getting pennies on the dollar. But how do we get our market, how do we get our product out to the market first? The press has been awesome for us, and it's actually a lot easier to get to the press, especially when you're a bit younger. But at the end of the day, this stuff helps us approach big businesses, right? So we use those to approach the big businesses, and we use these college markets. Like, we've been 40 papers. Is that right, Jared? 40 college papers. You take an excerpt from one of these and you approach a restaurant at URI. I think this is from URI. And you say, look, students are actually using this, right? We didn't spend $1 marketing this stuff. And this is good for my Google searches. If you have a tech product, you can absolutely, blogs are important. For us, they've been a little bit less important, and that's, that's more or less where you kind of get your credibility. Keep going. Okay, the team. None of these guys were paid for about 2 years, right? And it's all guys and hiring girls. But at the end of the day, yeah. But
Jared, isn't that your brother?
What is that, nepotism? But at the end of the day, you have to have a team of entrepreneurs, and I think that's the most important. And Jared built this sign, so as a credit to him, you have to negotiate. We negotiated our rent. Right, it does look a lot better in this light, makes it shine, but you can negotiate everything, and I think that's something a lot of entrepreneurs miss. And we negotiated the price of the office, everything. And that's one of the most important things. And I had nothing to pay.